In this video, we're going to be using Black Ship Grooming Christmas Cannons and the MLS 21 safety razor. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. As always, before we get into the content, a word from our sponsor, Leaf. This video is brought to you by our good friends at Leaf, and you know I love Leaf products. I love using the Leaf, which you've seen me use many times on the channel. I also love using the Twig. You've seen that a lot on the channel as well. If you'd like to save 5%, use discount code IAMCDB right there and save 5% while shopping with the good folks at Leaf. And now, back to the video. And all right, we are back, and today we're going to be using a nice Christmas theme. So this is Black Ship Grooming Christmas Cannons, which I have not used Black Ship Grooming for a long time. But man, I tell you, this one will definitely, when you smell it, and it is strongly scented in my opinion, it will definitely get you in that Christmas spirit. This comes to you for $15 for 4 ounces, or on a cost chart there, $3.75 an ounce, which is a good price. The scent on this, I'll put the notes for you on the screen. Winterberries, ozone, pine, you get all of those things. It's quite robust in scent and very nice. I love the smell of this. I'm going to put the ingredients for you on the screen right there. Relatively simple base by today's standards in terms of ingredients. It doesn't have 12 butters and all the skin nourishing type of stuff that maybe some of the other soaps have. But honestly, I got a great creamy lather with it all the same. I'll show you a shot of that right there. No problems whatsoever lathering it. I know on the website they do recommend that you not bloom these soaps. Blooming meaning you take the top off and basically fill it full of warm water to try to get the scent going. And you really don't need to with this one. This is pretty soft. It did move around a little on in the bowl on me, but nothing too much to worry about. I might have a chunk or two that I didn't incorporate, but overall, it was easy to lather, and I got a relatively creamy lather, considering, again, the ingredients on this, by today's standard, might be considered a little bit dated. Will it affect the actual shave, though? My guess is no. So we'll move on to that and see how it goes. The razor today is the MLS 21 razor. This is Matti Lindholm Shaving Supplies 21, and we're going to put a feather blade in here. This is mostly handmade by Matti Lindholm of Sweden. I'll link his channel below. And if you're interested in this razor, I will put some links below. You can reach out to Marion if you're in North America, or to Matti if you're over in Europe. And he made this razor by hand. And we're going to open our feather blade here while we're talking. And this is the second time I've used it. The one thing I dislike about the feather blade, there's so much glue on that blade. You see all that glue right there? They just really overdo it with the glue. And I guess it's to keep the blade from shifting around, you know, while it's in transit. But man, they just really put a lot of glue on it, which sometimes I've seen it near the edges, and you don't want glue near the edges, but they're a little sloppy on that at times. But this is a very sharp blade, according to most people, and I do enjoy using the blade, minus the glue part. All right, let's reassemble our Matti Lindholm razor, and then we'll get to lathering and get on with this shave today. And there is with our feather blade loaded. Nice razor here. I really enjoyed my first run with it, and so I hope to enjoy it again today. All right, we'll start with a little misting action here. This is just plain water, no special elixirs or anything. And all I'm doing there is distributing the moisture on my face versus splashing it all over the place. And it works very well. Today's brush is our Maritime Brush Co. brush from Brendan over there at Maritime, and he is really a cool and nice gent. He donated $100 in the giveaway towards a $100 store credit the other night in the giveaway, which was very cool. Thank you, Brandon, for that, if you're watching this. All right, we do have a nice, pretty doggone creamy lather there. So I tell you what, some of these, you might call them older formulas. I don't know how old this formula is now, but just looking at the ingredients, you know, it doesn't have what I call the 12 butter soaps with chupacabra oil, dragon tallow, unicorn milk, and all that kind of stuff. Super blue emu. Still lathered rather creamy. So, you know, I don't think we're going to have any quality problems. I think where most people will point in terms of maybe some of these formulas that might be dated just a bit will be post-shave, and I don't care anything about that because that's not of importance to me. As I always say, if you want an oil of Olay experience on your skin, use oil of Olay, not a shaving soap. But anyway, that's my opinion. Some people disagree. That's okay. That's okay. But in terms of the lather, it is good. It is creamy. Feels good on the face. It smells great. So this is a great scent. I think a lot of people were disappointed a year or so ago. They had like a pirate contest at Black Ship. And Lather Me Whiskers, if you don't know Lather Me Whiskers, he's on Instagram and he stays in pirate character all the time. Just and so everybody expected him to win and he did not. And a lot of people were upset with Black Ship grooming based on that, because everybody knew Lather Me Whiskers and he does videos. He's fully in pirate character. Stays in it, and many people thought he should win. And I don't know who won, but I can't imagine anyone being more piratey than Paul from Lather Me Whiskers. But you know, what are you gonna do? But a lot of people were upset about that. Oh, nice. I like using this razor. Like I said, this is only my second time, but in my first shave, I enjoyed it a lot. And it's nice to use something that's made by somebody that you respect and know. And this one is made by Matti. And the cost on this was about, I want to say like right around 88 American dollars, something like that. And I tell you what, it's stainless steel. It's a nice little shaver, and it's one of those, it is truly an artisanal piece made by Matti. And I think somewhere on his channel he has a video on showing him making this. He's not using big machinery and stuff. He's doing it by hand. And so it's pretty awesome. It really is. And I enjoy, I was looking forward to using this razor again because I really enjoyed it the first time. I would call it mild overall. So if you believe in pairing sharper blades with mild razors, then this would be one to maybe do that with. But I can tell you right now, it's a good little shaver. And it's quite robust. Again, it's made of stainless steel, so it's going to be quite durable if you take care of it. And it's made by one of the nicest guys. Just about everybody agrees in the community, Matti Lindholm. It's a nice razor. The handle's a little bit longer than I typically like, but I don't know, the way he's got these little cutouts, rings, I don't like really fat handles, I think is what I'm learning, more so than long handles. And this one isn't too fat. So feels pretty good in the hand. It works well with the razor. And it's just a nice experience overall using something like this, I think. And the soap so far, being honest, completely honest folks, perfectly slick. No quality issues whatsoever. So, I was in a conversation with some people yesterday about, you know, soaps 10 years ago versus today. And 10 years ago, I was getting amazing shaves. And today I'm getting amazing shaves. The actual shave, like the outcome of the shave, meaning my skin feels good afterwards, not a lot of cuts, nicks, irritation. They're the same today that they were 10 years ago. Just being completely honest. I think the enjoyment level has gone up. Because the newer soaps, you know, they give you that really heavy, creamy, dense lather. But I'm going to tell you, this lather right here is quite good as well. There's plenty of slickness and the things that you need for your shave in this lather. But are my shaves 20% better than they were 10 years ago? No. Just being honest. I do think my enjoyment level is probably 40 or 50% higher. I do enjoy the way artisans package stuff now. They put cool labels on it. I think they've really upped their game, and I don't think there's anyone who will argue that the formulas are probably better. But how much difference does that make in the actual shave? Meaning what I'm doing right now, not the post shave and all that, but the shave that I'm doing right now. Is it, you know, 20% better? I don't think so, honestly. Is it better, more enjoyable? I'd say overall, yes, more enjoyable. But enjoyment, I think, is where I would hang my hat more so than better. Wouldn't use the term better, because this soap, if you just look at the ingredients, is, you know, it's not one of those, you know, it's not loaded with a bunch of butters or exotic ingredients, and it is perfectly slick. So it's really meeting all my needs in terms of the shave. And when I use something like occasionally Razor Rock, it does too. Some of the older formulas of Razor Rock. So I think soaps have definitely improved, but I don't know. It's hard for me to really say at what level. I think I've always said that base increments, or excuse me, when an artisan goes from one base to another, it's generally not night and day. It is a very incremental improvement, and it always has been. And I think over the years, I definitely would say they've gotten better. They're more polished. They're more consistent. They've added more, skin nourishing, let's call it, type ingredients. But how has that affected the actual shave that I'm performing right now? Meaning, providing the slickness that I need. This soap here is perfectly slick. Not having any problems at all with it. So, I'm not sure at what level they've improved, if I'm being honest. And this is a great conversation to have. A lot of people will tell you they're 50% better. I'm not one of them. For me, I think they're definitely better. They've definitely improved, but the level of improvement I think is incremental still. Because I'm getting a fantastic shave here today with a soap that many would consider a dated formula. Not having any problems. So I always say focus more on your skill as a shaver, meaning learning not only the physical part of shaving here that I'm doing, but learning what your skin will tolerate and how it responds to certain things. Put more effort into that and perhaps less in chasing the latest and greatest formula. I think you'll get more out of just trying to improve your shaving technique and learning about what works best for you personally and your individual use case, which is very important. Because some people, their skin might need certain things and respond very well to certain things. And so if you fall into that category, learning what that is critical. And once you learn that, you could just give your face what it needs, And so I would say spend more time on developing that knowledge, base of knowledge, and you'll be better off in the long run. Then you can use, whatever works best for you, and your shaves are going to be good the vast majority of the time, or at least they should be. It does take a little time though, keep that in mind, particularly if you're new, and I know we have a lot of new folks here. Welcome if you're new. If you're new here to the channel, and you've only been here, let's say less than 2 months, please make a comment below and let people know who you are so they can welcome you. Welcome aboard. I try to give you information, based on my knowledge over the years. And today, I think, one of the things that I would just hammer home is pretty much everything out there is good these days. If you have a reputable soap that, you've seen people use, seems to have a good name, seems to be selling well, it's going to be good. So there's generally not a lot of need to chase the latest and greatest. So in other words, if you had this soap in the last base and they came out with a new base tomorrow, for a lot of people, there's probably not a compelling reason to throw out your old soap in favor of a brand new base or get rid of your old one. But I have seen a lot of people will do that. They'll sort of abandon the old as soon as a new base comes out. And for me, I don't think that's necessary at all. But I understand some people they get enjoyment from it, and your primary, or at least for me, I can't say what your primary goal should be, but for me, enjoyment is goal number one, And so if you get enjoyment in trying new bases, then go for it. But do you need it? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Being quite frank and honest. So keep that in mind, that these soaps that are relatively simple by today's standard, you see how it's working today. Fantastic. So yeah. Really, when it comes down to it, the proof is in the pudding, as they say, because this shave today is going really, really well. And by the way, I'm loving this razor. Thank you, Matti, for making it available through Marion the Barbarian. And I will link Marion's channel and email address below. We got some runaway lather there. Honestly, today I was a little bit surprised by this lather because I didn't expect it to be quite as creamy as it was based on the ingredients, and it came along. It came along very well. It's very slick. It's very nice. No problems whatsoever. And so the shave today has gone well. And I have really enjoyed using the razor. For the second time, this is one of those pieces that, because you know who makes it, and you have a friendship with that person, it really makes it special. So today is a special experience, and we're getting closer to Christmas, and I just love Christmas. So I'm just super happy, and glad to be down here, spending it with my mom and dad. Mom's back on chemo again today and tomorrow, and then she'll have a couple weeks off. So usually these last 2 days are the roughest in the chemo, and then hopefully by weekend she'll start feeling a little better again, and we'll be able to get in the Christmas mood, I hope. All right, I'm going to tell you what, folks, that was a very nice shave. Let me rinse, and then we'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back and off again. We did a rinse to get rid of the soap, and then we applied our Razor Rock alum. There was no stinging there, so super smooth shave. No nicks, cuts, creepers, squeepers, irritation, bubbles, or troubles. Excellent shave. Following the alum, we did another rinse, and then we toweled off with our Lancaster towel prior to applying the Magic made by Witches. This is Thayer's Witch Hazel Cucumber, and it contains aloe as well. Very good stuff. We had an excellent shave today with Black Ship Grooming Christmas Cannons. Very Christmassy, good price, stout scent. I tell you, this was a very good experience today, and it sort of reminds me that you don't necessarily need 12 butters and a soap to achieve a good shave. I mean, today I had an excellent shave. It's as good as any other day. So in terms of the shave, it went great, lathered well, so no problems. I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed using Matti Lindholm's MLS 21 razor, which again runs about between $80 and $90 US. Matti from Sweden makes this razor, and it was a beautiful run with the feather. I really enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed using my Maritime Brush Co. brush, and it's riding in our Lancaster Razor Works brush soaking mug. We're going to finish it off today with, if I can find it here, here it is. Once again, the Stirling Mountain Man, because we're trying to make a dent in this bottle. Remember, folks, the lesson for today, especially if you're new, try to dial in that technique. Try to find out what your face responds well to, and then use those items. To me, it's more important than chasing bases or chasing the latest and greatest all the time. Now, if you do that for enjoyment, it's great. I do. I try new things for enjoyment and to showcase products, but do you need it? Maybe or maybe not. Spend more time dialing in your personal technique and figuring out what your face responds well to, and you'll be far better off, in my opinion. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Till next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.